Hi, I'm Chuck Mangino from Tullahoma, Tennessee. Today is April the 7th, 2012. We're here at the Hands-On Science Center in Tullahoma, Tennessee, and I'm going to give my explanation at the very start of a program that I've got based on a theory that I came up with back in 2006. It's Stopping a Tornado Initiative 2012. As of today, the initiative starts. If you get a chance, the whole story of why I'm here giving this is Stopping a Tornado, Airborne Maser, plus Computational Fluid Dynamics, plus Weather Pattern. It's on YouTube. It's 14 minutes long, but it tells the whole story of me going through a tornado in '98, how I came up with the theory in 2006, and why I am doing this now. We'll start over here. The objective, the main objective is prevent the funnel cloud from touching the ground. It's basically the last 2,000 feet where it does all the damage and so forth. And this is our objective here, is to stop it here at the funnel cloud before it actually touches down and becomes destructive, as we all know. I have no pictures, I have no videos, no animation. This is just all freestyle right now. I'm going into a more in-depth later on, but this is just a very basic explanation. That is our objective. How I will do it is, first I will take a tornado, not all tornadoes, but just one. Think of the Wright brothers' first flight. But take one, and I will break it down into a mathematical model. Then I will have, I will break it down to a mathematical model. Then I will have a 3D grid, matrix, whatever you're going to call it. And I will break those down even to smaller mathematical models. Think of a checkerboard or chessboard. Chessboard is having 64 squares, like this here, 64 squares, just an example. Well, now think of 64,000 squares. Each square is the size of a football field. And this gives you an idea of the basics, how we will lay this out. This is from the back of the tornado all the way to the front of it before it gets there. That's the key thing. We want to stop it before it starts, before it touches down. That's the whole idea. Okay, how I would do it is with first the airborne masers. Just hypothetically, you've got 3 747s, hypothetically, and the first 2 have got masers on them. Not lasers, masers. Think of the magnetron inside your microwave oven that heats the coffee or the sandwich or donuts or whatever. It's not a laser, it's a maser, and I'll go into that much later on. The first 2 will have masers. The third one will have another maser, but the objective of the first one is heat, is a pocket of heat the size of a football field. The second one is also, but it's at a different altitude, and this is needs to be drawn out a whole lot more complex, but for right now, the simplicity. First 747 is heat. Second one is heat pocket, the size of a football field. The third one is what we call a molecule leader path. I will not get into that, but think of a continuity, a straight line from this point all the way down to where it would touch the ground. The key word is it would touch the ground, right here. With the combination of those 3, we will use computational fluid dynamics. Think of it with the help of a cluster of supercomputers, to be able to predict where the pockets of air are going next. Break them down to the size of a football field, but predict where they're going. Take, for example, if I was to take these 6 coins right here and toss them completely across the room, and a quarter has 119 ridges on it. It's touching a certain piece of carpet fiber, a certain piece of fiber, not glue, but fiber. And every one of them is laid out to a certain pattern. With computational fluid dynamics here, I can take those quarters, those 6 coins, and toss them across the room 1,000 times, and they'll land across the room exactly within a micron every time, based on that theory. But anyway, this is where this would come in. What I'll use is pattern disruption. Up here, at this points up here and here, ahead of the tornado, before it gets there. I want to disrupt the pattern before it gets to it, so I can prevent it from actually coming down. So always remember, with the computational fluid dynamics, in time, we will be able to predict all this. And I want to be able to manipulate it at different spots. The molecule leader path, I'll get to later. But anyway, here, this is 64 square chessboard. If I manipulate different patterns at different times, I can stop the final outcome, which is the funnel cloud touching the ground. The pattern disruption is a sum of the weather patterns, computational fluid dynamics, and the airborne maser. With the combination of those, think of a Dyson fan, the new fans that's come out. They have a force multiplier, the way they manipulate air. It's very, very impressive. But that's another thing that I came up with before I presented this, is, and I'll go into different patterns later on. Different patterns of the maser, when it's shot out, will have different manipulating forms or forces upon the pockets of air. It may split the air. It may go counterclockwise, clockwise, whatever. Go vertical, horizontal. I'll get to that much later. And what I base all this on is the advanced technology we have now, and we will have, and plus Moore's law, which is every 18 months technology doubles. Every 18 months. So, but here, when the tornado comes, as if it would come down before, when we put all these in place, the funnel dissipates up to the point to where it doesn't actually touch down. And that's the point of our stopping point, to protect our houses, whatever, family. But this is the objective here, is prevent this from hitting here. And like I said, it's the first 2,000 feet of that we want to manipulate, the last 2,000 feet, the deadliest 2,000 feet. Not the whole cloud structure, not the whole thing, just the points of contact here and here and here, all down here. Think of a bowling ball rolling down a smooth hill and hitting a little bitty pebble. It's going to shift it just a little bit. No matter what, it's going to shift it. If you put another pebble 5 or 6 feet further away in another position, it's going to shift that. Eventually, the ball is going to be going to the right. But anyway, this is the basic introduction. This is the announcement of Stopping a Tornado Initiative 2012. Thank you for coming, and I'll have more videos, animation, open for any comments. And I want to thank you again. I'm Chuck Mangino from Tullahoma, Tennessee. Today is April 7th, 2012, Easter weekend. I planned this for this weekend months ago, and we're at Hands-On Science Center. I want to thank you.